Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on today's webinar, Designing Success with KeyShot. My name is Carolina Hägg, and I will be your host today. And joining me as presenter is Marko Hannula. So, without further ado, Marko Hannula, welcome to the stage.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. Warm welcome to this webinar, Designing Success with KeyShot. Here on the screen, you are able to see the agenda we are going through today. So first, I'm going to tell you shortly about myself, and then we are focusing, of course, the product itself, the KeyShot, what it is, why to use it, and what are the main features of KeyShot. And then we are going to go to live demonstration. And on that live demonstration, you're able to see how the user interface looks like, how you are able to import your data to KeyShot. We are going to talk about model sets, material color applying, geometry tools, textures, environments, and scenes. And then we are going to talk about animations, and finally about renderings. And then, as Carolina said, we have this question and answers portion in the end of the webinar. So I'm going to change my slide here. So my name is Marko Hannula, and I work as a customer success manager here at PDS Vision. And just a few weeks ago, I got this amazing tool KeyShot in my hands, and I started to play with it. And I noticed that it is really fast and easy to use, and that's something I'm going to demonstrate to you today in my live demonstration. Everything on this demonstration is self-learned. So as I said, I have only playing it with, I got it a few weeks ago, and I haven't had time to play it, with it a lot. So I'm not a 3D rendering professional. That's something I really do want to emphasize. And let's take a look about KeyShot. So what it is and why to use it. Well, KeyShot is the best 3D rendering software to create these amazing visuals. And here on the right side of the screen, you are able to see some KeyShot renderings coming from the KeyShot customers. So these are actual customer cases you are seeing on the screen. So KeyShot makes your designs, your 3D models to look realistic. And I mean really realistic. So they are going to look just like they are going to look as a finished product. And KeyShot is designed to make all this easy. And this means that you can easily communicate your ideas, for example, different material and color variations with other shareholders in your company. According to these still images, you are able to create different kind of animations. For example, how something is opened or how something is serviced. And you can add different kind of lamps and lighting to your model. So you are able to see how your design is going to look when it's finished, how all the shadows are, falling if you are, for example, designing some kind of space or something like that. And of course, when you are able to see your design exactly like it's going to look in real life, it's easy to make decisions before any physical prototype or a ready product is made. These visuals are helping you to see that, well, this looks absolutely great, or okay, maybe we need to change that a bit to make it look better. And so that's basically KeyShot, and let's go through some basic features of KeyShot. As I said, it's really easy to use, so you can focus on your design, not the software itself. As I'm going to show you in my demonstration, you can achieve these photographic results in minutes through this simple workflow-based interface with all the advanced capabilities, even for the most experienced 3D rendering professionals. But you don't need to be a professional, as I said before. And this is something you are able to see really soon. It's fast, so you are able to present your ideas sooner. KeyShot brings this visual speed and agility to the entire product development process with the widest 3D file format supported. So basically all the mostly used 3D CADs are supported. And of course, all these common 3D formats like STEP, IGES, and these mesh formats like stereolithography files and OBJ files are supported. And those all are something you are able to import to KeyShot for rendering. Also, there are CAD integrations available for some CAD systems. For example, for Creo Parametric, there is CAD integration for KeyShot available, which means that you are able to send your model to KeyShot for rendering from your Creo session. And then it also helps there that if you are doing some design change for a reason or another, those design changes are updated automatically to the KeyShot. There is also a possibility to automate the rendering process, and that's something I'm going to tell you in the end of the demonstration. There we are using our own PDSfinity tool, which automates the rendering process. KeyShot is accurate, and with accurate, I mean that you are able to create really realistic visuals of your designs. These materials that are here available in KeyShot, they go beyond their just the physical appearance, providing scientifically accurate properties for the materials. You can use the KeyShot library, where is lots of different kind of materials, or you can use an exclusive partner library, or of course you can create your own materials. Then it's powerful. So KeyShot gives you the power and choice to use either your processor, central processing unit, or NVIDIA graphic processor unit for rendering. And that brings you the capability to scale linearly for unmatched performance. So it is really powerful, and you're also going to see this in my demonstration. Advanced, and what comes to lighting, that's the really advanced part in KeyShot. So with these advanced lighting capabilities, you can create the most accurate lighting. It doesn't matter if you are taking a simple studio shots for some small product, or you are designing the most complex interior lighting of a space or something like that. And what is also important, it is that the KeyShot is real time. So you are able to see your results instantly. This means that you don't have to wait something to be rendered. You are able to see immediately that what is happening when you are changing the material, or you're changing the scene or lighting or things like that. So it is instant. It's not a mode. It's not an afterthought. So see everything as it happens. And now it starts to be the moment for the actual demonstration. And I need to say that I'm sorry that my model is a bit boring, but it's something that all we designers and engineers love. It's a coffee maker. It's designed in Creo, and I want to render it and do different kind animations and stuff like that in KeyShot. So what we are trying to achieve is different kind of visuals of that boring 3D model that is basically all gray colored, as you are going to see really soon. We are going to try different material variations, that how it's going to look when it's if it is going to be white or black or even PDS Vision purple, or we are going to make it on stainless steel. So these are the realistic visuals I'm going to demonstrate you. Or you can do some kind of explosions and animations for the user manual, Or for the user manual, you are able to do these cartoon-like renderings that these are, for example, the hot parts that you shouldn't touch when the coffee machine is operating. And there is just one more picture where you can see how the light is reflecting and how the light is bouncing from curved objects and so on. But now, with that said, it's time for the live demonstration. So here I have my KeyShot. And one thing I want to emphasize again is that this is out-of-the-box solution. I haven't done any modifications for it. I haven't done any setup. It's just installed. And if you install KeyShot to your own computer, it looks just like this. It has all the materials. It has all the scenes and lights and stuff I'm working with. So the user face looks like this. So here you have your ribbon, where are the commands that are always visible. Here in the middle, of course, the model space. On the left side, you have your library with all the possible materials, colors, textures, environments, and so on. And on the right side of the screen, you have your project navigator. And you can select if they are on and off by clicking these quick access buttons here on the bottom of the screen. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to import my coffee maker. And as you can see, it's a Creo assembly, and I'm going to open. I'm not going to adjust anything. These are the default settings. I'm just going to hit import. The Creo assembly is going to be imported as a model set to KeyShot. It has something like 57 parts, so it will take few seconds to complete. But when it's completed, you are able to see that the assembly is going to appear here on my project and scene as a model set. And here it is. Bang, it's there. And I can see a trouble here, and I made this purposely. So the coffee maker is here, but it's laying on its side. And why it is doing that? It's doing that because it is like this in the CAD assembly too. So basically the CAD environment is like this, and it came to KeyShot like that. But why I did it like this is that I want to show you that how easy it is to manipulate the graphics here, or the environment and model sets here in KeyShot. So here I have my CAD model, and you can see that the structure came from the CAD model. It's just like the CAD model. So we have basically three, I have main assembly here, and I have three sub-assemblies. When I'm checking the properties of my model set, the main assembly, I can see that the size is correct, okay, but there is something wrong in the position, and I'm going to use the move tool to rotate my coffee maker. And I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees, and I'm going to hit OK. Then I want to coffee maker to snap the ground. So the shadows are going to snap the ground. And maybe I'm perhaps going to center my model in the KeyShot space. And basically now I have prepared my model for applying materials, colors, lightnings, environments, and so on. So how it works. Now I'm going to apply some material for the coffee maker. So one option is to select from the model or from the project browser that what are the components that I want to give some material for, like this. And I'm going to go through my materials, and here you can see that we have lots and lots of different kind of materials. And as I said, these are out of the box. So this is what you get with KeyShot. We have some cloth and leather, some glass, some metal, paint, and plastic is something I'm interested at the moment. And I'm going to select hard plastic. And here I can see that I have hard, shiny plastic. And now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to drag and drop the material to the model or for the project browser, and voila, there I have my white plastic is applied for these parts as a material. What I can also do is just to drag and drop the material from here. So these are going to be hard, shiny plastic. That is going to be also hard, shiny plastic. Maybe the bottom part is going to be hard, shiny plastic. And maybe the inner part of the handle, maybe it's going to be rubber. So I'm going to select black rubber and put it there. Of course, the cord is going to be black rubber. And maybe, by the way, sorry, I forgot to mention one thing. It is rendering the shadows and things like that according to the lighting environment. If you want to make it more faster, you can use performance mode, and you can see that it runs much more smoothly if you want to use it like this. So the performance mode is something that disables the calculating that how the light is bouncing and how the shadows are going to appear. It makes your work a bit faster. So now I'm going to put some rubber on the bottom parts that are laying against the table, and then also the electrical plug is going to be rubber. But now I can see that I have some problem here. So I'm not sure, but I think that this is not a very good invention, that also the pins in the electrical plug, they are rubber. So I think the coffee maker won't work, and that doesn't make a designer or engineer very happy. So why it did like this? So now when I'm selecting that model from the model space, I can see it here. And from there, you can see the preview. And why it is like this here, it's because it was like this in the CAD system. So basically, the plug was modeled like this. So the pins, the contact pins are the same solid with the plug itself. Do I need to go back to CAD and change my assembly? No. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use geometry tools that are included in KeyShot. And what I'm going to use here, I'm going to use the Split Object Surfaces tool. And in this tool, I'm able to select the surfaces I want to split. And now when I hit apply, they are in two different surface groups. And now what I'm able to do, I'm able to select, for example, metal and chrome. And I'm able to put Polish chrome for the pins. I'm going to put the chrome also for that contactor there. And I know that I have some more chrome parts here. There's a ring over here. And I'm going to tell that the ring is also going to be chromed. And by the way, I forgot the glass. Of course, our can is glass. There you can see still some inner parts. But as I told you, we have a limited amount of time. So I am not going to focus on the inner parts of my assembly, but of course I'm able to put that as a black for an example. Something that is going to be really visible in our model is the power button. And actually what I want to do, I want to play with some lights. So I'm going to select the button. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit the visibility and show only. So I'm able to play just with the button. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell that, well, the casing is hard plastic, black. And actually the button itself, it's going to be clear plastic, and it's going to be clear textured red plastic, and I'm going to put that there. I'm able to hide things from the browser tree, from the project browser. So I'm able to see what's here. There is a bottom rubber. Okay, so that's going to be perhaps white rubber like that. I'm going to hide that. And then we have our circuit board here. And once again, I can see this problem that the LED itself, it's, same solid with the circuit board. So I'm once again going to use my geometry tools to split surface and I'm going to split that surface, so I'm able to define that that is going to be the source of the light. And maybe we are going to tell that it's going to be some like hard rough plastic here, and then the lights are also available here on our material browser. You can see that we have lots of different kind of lights, and of course you are able to create your own. But I'm interested about point light and white, and I'm going to drag and drop that for the LED part over there. And if I'm going to disable the performance mode, I'm able to see that it started to emit light. And now, actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to adjust the light. So I'm not the professional in lighting. I'm not the professional in rendering. I don't know how many lumens does a LED have. But one thing I know, that the radius of a LED is not 0 millimeters. As you can see now, it's really a point light, and it is going to create some shadows here. I think that LED is something like 3 millimeters of diameter. And when I select that, you can see that the shadows immediately, they are going to behave differently. I'm going to go back on my scene, and then I'm going to, make my whole button assembly visible, and it's there. And now if I want to render just this screen, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit render, and I'm going to hit render. Rendering is something that takes time, and I'm going to talk to you about that later. Rendering this kind of scene where we have light that bounces all over the place, it will take something like 2-3 minutes for complete the rendering. We are not going to spend time watching when this is going to be finished. I'm going to show you some renderings that I have pre-created from this assembly. But what I want to emphasize here is that all renderings I have created are something that are coming from this similar model we are working at the moment. Okay, so now we start to be in a quite good phase, and it didn't take many minutes from me to complete the material applying. You can see that now we have our white coffee maker over here. But what if I wanted to study that how would it look, for example, when it's black? So I'm able to use multi-materials. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select the material from the model, and I'm going to tell KeyShot that this is a multi-material. And then I'm going to first look for hard plastic, and let's see how it would like if it's black. So I'm just dragging and dropping the material here to the multi-material window, and then we are able to see that how it looks when it's black. Maybe we are going to try the red one. The red one maybe is not good, so I want this coffee maker to be PDS purple. So every material that you have copied from library to your project, you're able to modify it. And I'm going to select some purple here, and let's say that this is now PDS Vision Purple. Of course, I'm able to define the color in RGB or in CMYK and different kind of formats. And by the way, if we want to use RAL color, for example, I have my RAL color map here from where I'm able to drag and drop the RAL Classic color for my design. But now I have actually 3 different options that are made from shiny plastic. But then what I want to do, I want to also study that what if we are going to make the whole coffee maker from stainless steel. And I'm going to drag and drop that as a one option. And it would look something like that. Okay, so that's material applying. And what I'm going to do next, perhaps I'm going to put some labels and stickers for the coffee maker, so you are able to put your company logos and warning stickers and things like that for your model, so they look really realistic. And what I'm going to do first, I'm going to select textures and labels, and the stainless steel one is not going to have any sticker or label, so I'm going to select the white one. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my textures and labels, and what I have pre-done here is that I have copied our company logo from our intranet to KeyShot labels folder. It's just the basic copy-paste operation. And now what I'm going to do, I'm dragging and dropping the logo for my coffee maker, and I tell that it's going to be a label like this. I'm able to align the label as I want. Maybe I want to put it in X direction, and then I'm just going to use the 3D manipulator to put the sticker there. It's a bit too wide. I'm going to tell it that the actual size of the sticker is that is going to be 60 millimeters wide. And I'm going to put that a little bit lower here, and I'm going to hit OK. And actually, if I'm now rotating my model, I can see that the sticker is also there, because it applied the sticker as a double surface. What I'm going to do, I'm going to hit that it's not two-sided sticker, it's only on the one side of our assembly, and now it disappears there. So what if I want to have the sticker also in the black and also in the PDS purple version of my coffee maker? I'm going to use the material graph tool, which graphically tells you that how the materials are built. And here I can see that on my white one, which is, by the way, plastic, there is a plastic sticker with that kind of texture attached. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom a bit, and I'm going to just move some stuff in my material graph like this. So I'm able to have some space here, and I'm going to copy the sticker and the sticker properties here from the material graph. I'm going to say copy, and I'm going to set paste. And then I'm just dragging this here, and now I'm connecting this over here by adding a label. And now the black one is going to have the same label with the same size and with the same properties as the white one. I'm going to do another copy, and I'm going to also put that for the purple one. So I'm going to drag a new link there, add label, and that's it. And now when I'm closing my material graph, what I'm able to see that on the black one, we have the logo too. And on the purple one, we have the logo too. But I think we have a problem. The letters PDS are not, they are not coming out from the background. So maybe I want to change the logo to be a white one when I'm with the purple coffee machine. So once again, I'm opening the material graph, and here is the texture used in the purple one, and I'm going to replace that with our company white logo, and then I'm just going to close my material graph. And now we have a couple of variations. We have the white one, we have the black one, and we have the purple one with the white logo. Then we are able to play with environments. So let's see. Interior. So what if we are going to put our coffee maker on a bathroom? I'm just going to drag and drop here an environment, and I can see that, well, that didn't work well. Our coffee machine is hovering in the air. So I'm going to go for environment, and I'm going to rotate my environment a bit, and I'm going to put it, for example, there. But I'm not happy. The colors here on the our bathroom, they are quite cold. You can see that the light is cold and so on. So let's take something else. like industrial kitchen, and I'm going to drag and drop the environment over there. And I think it looks much better. And now what I'm able to do, I'm able to rotate and put my coffee maker onto the table, and so on and so on and so on. As you can see, when the lighting is now coming from the from the environment, so just to make things quicker and so on, I'm going to select that background is going to be white colored, although all the lighting is coming out from the lighting environment. So I'm going to put that environment on when doing the final renderings. So now I'm quite happy with my visuals, that how this coffee maker is going to look when it's finished. But now I want to do some other things for that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy the existing one, or actually I'm creating a new model set from my main assembly. I'm going to tell that name for this model set is for user manual. For user manual, like this. It's going to be copied. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to lock the default one. So I'm not going to change that. And maybe in this model set, I'm going to select my glass jug, and I'm going to move it. So I have my 3D manipulator here. I'm just able to move things. And then I'm able to put, for example, snap to ground. And the can is going to snap to the ground. And what's next? I want to do that service or user manual picture where we are, warning users that these are the hot surfaces that you shouldn't touch. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select material, and we have also some tool materials available here. And I'm going to select the shaded tool with black outlines, and I'm going to drag that for the whole assembly. And it is going to look like that. And then I'm going to define the hot surfaces, and that one there, maybe I'm going to select, I found the material, for example, infrared. Maybe I'm going to try that one. No, that didn't went well. It's there. No, that's not good. Hot parts. That's better. Yeah, looks great. And then for the can, I'm going to put also that the can is something that might be hot. And then the filter inside, but I'm not able to see the filter inside. So let's change the material for the filter. And here I can see that I have my filter outer part. And actually, I'm going to select some tool material that is transparent and transparent with black edges. I'm going to drag and drop that there. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to adjust the transparency here. So I'm going to tell that transparency is something like 0.9. And then I'm able to select the inner part there. And once again, I'm going to go there and put the hot parts material for that. Maybe in this environment, which I can also, of course, copy. So my main realistic model set is going to have some certain environment, and this rendering for the user manual is going to be, for example, an environment where we don't have no ground shadows like this. And then I'm just going to once again hit the render button and render button. So this is how I'm doing renderings one by one. And then it starts to render it, and it's calculating how the shadows are going and so on. And this is, I think that you have heard the technology called ray tracing. So this is that. So the rays, the beams of light are now calculated, that how they are bouncing here in the model and so on. Okay, we don't have lots of time left, so I need to do some animation next. So I'm going to show you that creating different kind of animations, it's real easy actually. What I'm going to do, I'm going to render a thumbnail here, so I'm able to see that, okay, that's that one. I'm going to lock it. I'm going to go back to default. I'm going to activate that one. And you can also have multiple model sets on top of each other. So you know what I'm talking about. So if you want to have parts of transparent, some parts as transparent and some as non-transparent and so on. So that's something you are able to handle with model sets. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to once again create another model set. I want to show that how the can is opened, and then I'm going to rotate in my screen and create rendering out from that. So I'm going to create a new model set once again from the main assembly, or actually I can do it just from the can. I'm going to tell that create model set from selection and how the can is opened and video from that. And I'm going to hit OK. And here I have my new model set where is only the can. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to lock the default one. And now I'm playing with how the can is opened model set. The glass jug, I'm going to actually make it to snap the ground. I'm going to put it the center of our space, and then I'm starting to animate it. So let's see how I'm able to open the cover. And now when I'm starting the cover and the handle, I'm able to see that there are no parts for the hinge. There is no pivot point for the hinge. So once again, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my split object surfaces tool, and I'm going to locate the pinpoint that from where I want to rotate this. And I'm going to select that one, and I'm just going to split the surface, and I'm going to hit apply. And then what I'm going to do next, I'm going to add animation for the lid, the top lid, and it's going to be rotation. So I'm going to rotate it. You can see that the animation timeline is now appearing here on the lower parts of the screen. I'm not going to save my model now, and I'm going to turn the top cover. And what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to pick the pivot point from the model, or I'm able to use the browser and select that it's actually that one that is going to be the pivot point, and I'm going to hit OK. Which direction, I don't know. So I'm going to play my model, and it looks good, but it goes on the wrong direction. So I'm going to put something like -85 degrees over here. And then I'm going to tell that actually I want that to last 2 seconds. The speed is not going to be linear, constant. I want to start to open it slowly, and I want it to, when the animation is full done, the speed is going to decrease. So like this, and then I'm going to play, and okay, that looks quite good. Of course, you are able to add multiple animations, multiple actions to your timeline that can happen, after each other, or they can happen simultaneously, or something between that. And what I want to do here now is that I want to animate the glass jug, and I want to add animation, and I want to make a turntable over here. And I'm going to go around the object, and actually I want to adjust it like that first it starts to open, and then the whole assembly is going to turn around, and then I'm going to hit play, and it actually looks like this. Of course, what I can do, I can mirror things and so on. So now I'm going to go there and I'm going to hit play. And now the can opens and then it closes and so on. So creating the animations, creating the explosions is actually really easy. For explosions where you don't need no animation, it's just drag the objects by using the 3D manipulator, using the 3D move tool. So that's basically it. Okay. And now about the rendering. So as I told you, I have some renderings already made here. Sorry, that's the that one. So this is something that is now rendered finally from those operations I did. So I attached some materials, I attached some lights, there's glass, rubber, then we put the sticker over there and so on. And these four images can be rendered simultaneously because they belong to the same model variation. And how that is made is that now I'm going to go for the default model set, and I'm going to hide the animation, and I'm going to select the render button, and I'm going to use the configurator. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to render the material variations, and then I'm just selecting different kind of that would you like to make all the model sets and so on and so on and so on. And then I'm just going to hit next until the button for render all these is going to appear. And now what I'm able to do, I'm able to render those images instantly by hitting render configurations, or I can add those renderings, the material variations, to a queue. So perhaps I'm doing the rendering during the night time, or I'm doing the rendering during my lunch break. And now you might be interested that how long does it take to render? And of course, it depends your model. So these images here made from this coffee maker, these are made with the renderer in a matter of minutes. It took 2 or 3 minutes to render each of these visuals I have here. So it is really fast. The videos you are going to render, it depends on the frame rate and the quality. You are going to select that how long does it take. And of course, we have lots of different kind of lighting options. So for example, if I'm going to go my environment and I'm going to put my lighting environment on, I'm going to rotate it a bit. So it is going to lay here on a table. And then I'm going to, from lighting, that I'm going to use product lighting. And I want, for example, caustics here. So actually you can see that now the red LED is going to bounce here. And now if I'm going to render this, it's going to take something like 10 or 15 minutes to finalize the one visual in a really good quality. So what we did, we were watching that how we are able to go through different kind of variations. So we were adding materials from the library browser. And as I said, it's really easy. You just drag and drop what you want to appear and where. Also, the same technique, drag and drop, is basically used everywhere. So you can use materials, colors, texture, environments, and everything like that. And they are all based on just drag and drop technique. Of course, you are able to create different kind of cameras. So I'm going to hit the new camera where I'm able to hit the focus. So I want to focus on, for example, for that light, and everything else is going to be blurred in the picture. So you are able to get this realistic camera effects that your camera is really focused to some certain point and so on. There is lots of things in KeyShot you are able to do, but because of our limited time, I'm not, of course, able to show you everything. And as I said, I'm not a professional. This is something that I have self-learned here during. I have used this tool for maybe 10 or 20 hours, really. So that's what I have learned about this. So if you like to connect me and talk more with me about KeyShot, you can scan the QR code and connect me in LinkedIn, or you can contact your PDS Vision sales representative, and we are going to book a demo for you so we are able to talk more about KeyShot.
Thank you so much, Marko. If you didn't want to have a cup of coffee before, you definitely want a cup of coffee now.
Yes, as I said, the coffee maker is really important for the designers and engineers. I know, because I drink that 2 cans of coffee per day at least.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having this webinar, Designing Success, Marko. And
No
thank you
problem.
everybody who participated.